Alright, good Friday morning. There's the test plot. I got it opened up. It's about 10:15. They're supposed to be here about 10:30 with the weigh wagon. There's the wife in the cart. We did this little 3-acre chunk off. Then we got the 40-acre part back there. That's the Buddha Italy part. And as you will have seen in the last video, we took one truckload off of this little 3 acres last night in the rain so that we could get the dryer issues or the valve issues on the tank figured out and fixed, which we did. So we dried that. So the 10-wheeler sits there full. So actually it's yielding pretty good. We got a full 6-wheeler, a full 10-wheeler, and she dumped a little bit in the Ford there off of this 3 acres and probably not even 2 acres worth off of that field. And I'm sitting still, so we'll see if it comes in a little better. As you can see by my monitor, it says we're only averaging 107 bushel the acre. And yes, it's wetter from 4 days worth of rain. It's supposed to go up to 77 today, 78. Actually set a record for this date. And the wind is blowing, which probably means no drone footage again. So it will dry down some as the day goes on. I have no idea what's wrong with my monitor all of a sudden. Last night when I started here and it started to rain, to get that one load off, going up through there, it was reading 180. Today it's struggling to get in the 1-teens and 120s and says I got a 107 average. I just took it apart on the clean grain elevator there and took the little thing out, cleaned it out and whatnot. Whether that works, I don't know, but that's the nice thing about having a scale on the cart, is at least we know what our wet weights are. So we sit and wait for them to show up. There's no sense in her and I doing anymore, because then we'll have the trucks full and we'll have no place for the weigh wagon to dump into. So the fact that they should be here in 15-20 minutes, we wouldn't have time to get home and dump the trucks and get back and whatnot. So when I start filming again, it'll be test plot. Oh, it's so exciting. Pick 8 rows, dump. Pick 8 rows, dump. Alright, test plot day. Here we go. First 8 rows. There's Barb waiting to dump when we get to the end. Kid coming across the road. They got to measure every pass. When we get past this tree, I will show you the weigh wagon that's sitting across the road. There's the weigh wagon sitting across the road, set up to my trucks. There's the wife waving. And this is the excitement of the day. Pick 8 rows, dump on her. And I took apart my yield monitor and it's still not working. It's reading this corn as 120 bushel the acre, which it's probably at least 40 or 50 more than that. So I don't know why. It really didn't have a lot of crap in it. It was kind of wet this morning. We had fog and a heavy dew. I thought maybe something got in it, but it didn't. Alright, now I gotta let the combine clean out pretty good to get all of it in there. So that's pretty much it. And now I dump on Barb. The process has begun. And then she will take this little bit across the road, dump on the weigh wagon, and I will go back to the other end and I will sit and wait for it. You might as well, when I'm done dumping, go here and turn on the headland and then go, because it's not like, I will be waiting for you, obviously. So I'll wait to turn.
But I do without you.
So that's the excitement of test plot day right there. Pick 8 rows, dump it, let her go dump. So I'll let her get turned around here. before I get turned around, because I will be to the other end and waiting for her well before she gets back. So yes, it's a pain right in the arse end, but this way at least I know what everything does. You know, if a variety really sucks in plain English, I'm not going to plant it, and I'll tell other people, hey, that variety wasn't very good. If a variety's really good, I will tell people, hey, that variety kicked butt in my test plot. So stay tuned. And right there is the Pioneer dealer's son. He gets the fun job of measuring off every 8-row pass with the little wheel tape thing that he walks with. So good thing to have the youngins around to do things like that. So now I'm sitting here at the other end. I'm waiting. Here comes Barb. She's done dumping. When I go down through, or when I come back up through the next time, I will I'll show you her over there dumping into the way wagon. I will say some of this corn looks pretty ugly because of the drought that we were in, and I can't even remotely tell you what the yields are with my thing being screwed up. So after the fact, I'll be able to tell you when we stop and are done and check with those guys. That's her getting ready to dump onto the way wagon when they zero it out, which they seem to be being very slow at. Oh, there she goes. She's dumping now. There ain't a whole lot to dump, trust me, every time, because we're only going 8 rows up a fairly short field. And I'll be honest with you, some of this corn don't look the greatest. It is what it is.
Alright, on my way to get another dump. One at a time. Very slow process. One pass, one dump.
Well, the excitement level is killing me.
Yeah, same. Okay, time to go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, plus I'm doing this with my cell phone, not Andy's GoPro. This is not the easiest to film. So I hope it turns out okay. Hope those guys don't mind being on film. Come on, pen. Let's go.
Here I sit at the end again, waiting for Barb in the cart. She's up there dumping. With my yield monitor screwed up, the one thing I can tell still is my moisture. That seems to be working right. And I don't remember exactly, but y'all can go back to the planting video of the test plot. I think there was at least one or two, like 103-day growing degree, varieties in here, 103-day corns and corn. That's pushing it for our neck of the woods here in the Northeast. And I could tell running down through, I've ran through one of them already, because you could tell it was 2 to 3 points wetter. So that's one thing I can at least tell with the monitor still. And I've been able to tell that there's some corn that didn't stand very well, so I'll be curious to see what varieties those are. But that's the main reason why I do this suffering, because now I've turned the camera back on. This is probably pushing 45 minutes at least since I last had the camera on and did any filming. But I think we're about done. I think there might be 3 more passes. Alright, I'm about ready to show you the other reason why I do a test plot, even though it's a pain in the butt. Because I don't know whose variety this is. I don't have the sheet in front of me. And I don't know whose variety the next 8 rows are neither. But I don't ever want to plant them. And if the seed company comes out and tells you, oh, this is the greatest thing on earth. Yeah. And you can't tell me that's coon, because it's not. Not out in the middle of the field like that. Not when the next pass is over are perfectly fine looking. Nope. That's just some ugly corn that went down bad. Now whether it's from the drought, I don't know. The monitor's reading 19.5, 20%. I don't know. But it's ugly down through here. So, and the next pass up through is just as ugly. So, while I was waiting for Barb to get back, because they had to switch trucks, so one truck was full, I got out and asked the young man who was doing all the measuring what these varieties were. That last one that I just did, and this one. And the last one was a Pioneer, and this one is a Channel, so it's kind of an equal opportunity. They both didn't do well up through here, but I don't know if it's wind. I mean, you can tell looking at it, it's not coon. And the very next pass down through is in beautiful shape. And we're not exactly in the middle of the field, but we ain't too far. We're pretty much in the middle of the field. So something right there, bugs, disease, wind, crappy variety, I don't know. I can't tell you that. But again, it's one of the reasons why I do a test plot, even though it's a pain in the butt. Because I want to know those things before I plant corn the following spring. And somebody tells you that variety is just the best thing on earth. Well, no, it wasn't. Not on my farm, not on my test plot. And this is my ground here that I own. I know we put potash on it this spring, and you know, there's just no reason for it to be as horrible as those two varieties were. And then the next one, which you can see is standing, I mean, you can see it from here if I can ever get the zoom button to cooperate. There, the next one's standing perfectly fine down through there. So I don't know, but chances are those two varieties will not get planted from me ever again. All right, an hour or so later and we're done with the test plot. There's those two passes there. You can see how they're all dead looking. It just wasn't very good looking corn. I'll be curious to see what the yields are. She's taking the last dump over, so now I can just spin around and keep going, hammer out this last little bit, and then we'll be across the road to the big field, the 40-acre field.